Hello everyone, Silent here, and welcome back to another episode of Truly Bedrock Season 1. It is episode 64. We have an entire full stack of these episodes, which is really awesome. Thank you guys very much for your support on the series thus far. Today we're going to be working on some more technical projects. I want to build up a massive double bamboo farm, and I'm talking like one of the biggest bamboo farms you've ever seen, because kelp farms are broken. We need some coal, or some fuel, in other words, to smelt down a whole bunch of items and make an XP storage bank and do all the things, and therefore bamboo is gonna be the farm that we make. Now, before we get to building a massive bamboo farm in today's episode, there are a couple small things that I want to work on around the Nether hub. As you can see, yeah, Nether hub, it needs a little bit of help in some places. So we need to do just a tiny bit of cleanup. The vast majority of the Nether hub is pretty much fully functional and amazing and completely done and decorated. However, there's some small things like, all of these rails being broken, hashtag blame Foxy, and then like there's some end cap missing on the tunnels, so they just kind of end in like a netherrack abyss, which isn't really the funnest thing. So there's just a few areas in general that we're going to clean up at the beginning of this episode. It's mostly going to be a lot of off-camera work, and then I'll come back to you guys, and then the Nether hub will be more or less completely done in the vast majority of places. See, like, even this needs to be cleaned up. We don't even have like we don't even have a proper tunnel to the actual legitimate spawn portal. This goes to world spawn. We've never made an actual portal there, and it looks like it was just gonna get completely sealed off. This looks like there should be a wall here, and it was just gonna get sealed off. Alright, so it is now a little while later, and I've done a ton of work around the Nether hub. We're just gonna go ahead and take a little quick look through. As you can see, the purple tunnel has now been fully extended down to BJW's base. It's got an end cap on it and everything. However, this part of the tunnel going to his actual base will need to be built and extended, and that is gonna be his job. We now have some actual walls and exits behind the gaming district portals, and this is a great thing because these pesky piggo ghasts were blowing up the whole place all the time, and now hopefully that won't happen. All of the rails and all of the tunnels have been fully fixed and updated, and there's also now end caps for the orange, red, and blue tunnels so that they don't just end in netherrack. And also I installed a ton of these iron doors all around the Nether hub just to prevent random things from walking into the hub, and overall just make the hub a little bit more, finished and secure. And also, Tom has extended the tunnel going to his base, which is looking very, very nice. And we also finished up a couple of our tunnels around the area. Now, the Nether hub is pretty much like 95% done. There are still just one or two small tunnels that need to be finished off, like, yeah, that disgusting mess. No idea who that belongs to, certainly not us. And then there's a couple other, random, just bits and bobs around that need to be completed. However, that's kind of the job of whoever's tunnel it actually is. I don't want to go around building tunnels for people because I don't know what they want. I'm not an actually good builder, and they might have plans already established for what they want to do. Now, I say that the Nether hub's done, but it would appear that we've lost like a third of it due to, Bedrock Edition. Now, there is actually one room that I did go ahead and finish off, and that is this one. This was actually designed by Zloy for the shopping portal and for the spawn portal as well. However, it was kind of unfinished for quite a while, so I came through and just finished up the walls and actually extended the tunnel off over to the spawn portal. So this is now the proper way to get to world spawn. It's looking rather fancy. Of course, I'm not a particularly good builder, and it looks like I missed several things, but that's what happens when you do building on a live stream. All of that being said, I did just notice one pretty big inconsistency in the actual hub of the Nether hub. Can you notice what it is? It's on the ceiling. Actually, there might be two inconsistencies. That's not allowed. Anyway, have you found it yet? It's fairly obvious once you start looking for it, but all of these colors are made out of wool, as you can see, red, purple, and blue wool, and then this one is made out of concrete. And also, this is a different kind of dead coral than the other corners of the dead coral, so I'll have to come through and fix that later. Oh yeah, look at that, it even switches on the wall. Okay, I'll have to find some dead coral. What kind is this? They all look very similar, and I don't remember any of the names. Dead brain. Ah, I see. Yes, that fits Zloy's build style very well. So before we get started with the massive, utterly insane bamboo farm, I want to say thank you for 200,000 subscribers. It is utterly insane, and that's about the only real words that I have for it. It's consistently mind-blowing. I've been doing YouTube for like nearly 4 years now, and the numbers that are possible, they're just like insane. The amount of mile markers that you can reach on YouTube, the numbers, it can all just be completely mind-blowing is about the only real words that I have for it. You can tell that like I've been trying to rehearse what I'm gonna say for like the last 15 minutes, and I still have no actual words for the feeling of like, wow, 200,000 people, more people than can fit in the world's largest stadium, have chosen to subscribe to one honey-covered piggo, and that is, it's a very strange fact of reality. Anyway, I hope you guys have all enjoyed the videos thus far and continue to enjoy many more videos in the future. Like I said, we are about to come up on our fourth year anniversary here on YouTube, May 22nd, I believe it is, and it is absolutely insane. Anyway, again, thank you all so very much. I don't necessarily have like a specialty video planned for this one. I kind of spent all of my editing power on the RTX video, but maybe I'll have a specialty video out for 250k. With the way that we're going, we'll be there in like 2 months. So I guess you can look forward to that if it does end up being a thing. And oh my god, it's so ridiculous. We just broke 100,000 back in September, so it's really only been like 8 months or so. Not a terribly long time to completely double the channel and, you know, gain 100,000 new people. 100,000, 200,000, oh my god. Anyway, I've rambled and basically said the same thing over and over again a few times over. Let me get a little bit of area cleared out if the block lag is allowing, and this is where we're going to build our massive bamboo farm. I've cleared out what I believe is going to be enough space for this double bamboo farm. So basically each one of these farms is probably going to be about 30 blocks long by 15 blocks wide, which is actually a rather large thing. We might have to actually move it. Yeah, I hadn't really visualized that before. That's not going to be nearly big enough peninsula. We're going to have to put it like over here instead. Dang it! I just cleared out all the area. Yeah, anyway, so the farms are going to be pretty large. We're going to have to put them over in this section right here. Let's actually go check out my creative world where I have this farm already built up so that we can check out what we're getting into. And here she is, an absolute beauty. As you can see, it is a rather large farm, mostly because we're going to have these giant walls to contain all the bamboo, but we're going to design around that. So this farm uses a flying machine to completely wipe out all the bamboo. As you can see, it's actually really quite efficient and it's very resource light, all things considered. However, that being said, we will need literally all of the rails in the server for this to be a possibility. Wow, I used a lot of power rails in this design. Yeah, we're gonna have to do some investigation on how to make that cheaper. Anyway, as you can see, there's also a ton of different minecart unloaders, and this thing gets very loud because it produces an absolute ton of bamboo. Seriously, it is an insane farm, and we're gonna build 2 of them on the Truly Bedrock server in today's episode. Just look at that, it's so much bamboo. I love it. So these farms are designed to be chunk aligned, and as you can see, this little area over here is kind of perfect for 2 of these farms. We can have one very easily within this line of chunks going in that direction. We'll skip this line of chunks so that we can have some room to work with between the farms, and then we'll have another farm right here in this line of chunks. And I think that'll more or less work out. So basically, we're going to build up from this corner right here to this corner over in this direction, and that'll be one farm. That'll probably be like whatever 32 blocks long or so, and then we'll have the next farm over in this direction right here. Now, one thing I am kind of concerned about when it comes to this build is the sheer amount of iron that we're going to need for rails. Now, I might be able to maybe possibly blackmail some people on the server. I mean, kindly ask some people on the server for some iron. but I'm not sure if we're ever going to have enough. So we'll focus on the resource gathering later. For now, I'm gonna go ahead and clear out a little bit of area and start the preparation for this build. I'll probably also do something to clean up this area because it kind of looks like trash. And now that I removed all the grass, and I don't feel comfortable just leaving it like so. So if everything went to plan, you should have seen a little bit of a time lapse, and that is due to our lovely little friend Silent2, which you may recognize as Gnarly Fan. And we've done quite a bit of work on the actual bamboo farm over there. I don't think we're going to get 2 of them built up in today's episode because they actually take like a very long time to build. And ironically, the one resource that we actually ran out of while building that bamboo farm was, can you guess it? Bamboo. We don't have enough bamboo to actually plant in the bamboo farm, which is incredibly ridiculous. So we're doing a little bit of deforestation over here for this thing. We're gonna free all of our bees. Look how many bees we got stuck in here. This is absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, so that is our inventory completely filled up of bamboo. I will come back for the rest of that in a little bit. However, we can now go ahead and actually take a look at the proper bamboo farm and see how it is coming along. As you can see, we've actually done a lot. So what we did is we filled in the entire platforms, which you saw in the time lapse. We put down all the rails for it, and then the camera account actually got disconnected. So we just went ahead and filled in the grass, and now we're filling in the bamboo on the top part as well. As you can see, it's a very large farm. It is 16 by 48, so 700 and something different bamboo plants per section. And it is going to take a very, very long time to grow up. And I feel like we're probably going to crash the server if we harvest this entire thing just from the sheer amount of items, let alone having 2 of these. So that lovely little simple time lapse was made possible by our beautiful fan, Gnarly Fan, and that is no longer Gnarly Fan's proper name. His proper name is now Silent2. And if I can click shift on him, you can see that he is now a lovely guy. He has a proper name. Gnarly Fan is no longer his default Xbox Live gamer tag. Oh, I'm sorry, you almost drowned. Anyway, so a couple of episodes ago, I asked you guys what we should name him. I put a poll on the episode and everything, and the vast majority of you said that we should name him Silent Spectre, which is a beautiful name. However, it is 1 character too long for an Xbox Live gamer tag, so I had to go for the second option of Silent2. Now, it doesn't quite make sense because I'm pretty sure my name, Silent Whisperer, is like 15 characters, and apparently Xbox Live gamer tags can only be 13 characters, or like 12 or something, so it doesn't make any logical sense. But here we are, he's Silent too, he's beautiful, and thank you all so very much for all the name suggestions. And by the way, shameless promotion while I'm here, there's still a dedicated little mini-series happening over on Silent 2, which is our second channel. You should definitely go subscribe to the second channel if you haven't already. It just broke 12,000, this derpy little guy now has 12,000 subs, and you should go help him reach 20,000 because he's cute and adorable. Look at that beautiful face. You know you want to subscribe to that. Anyway, yes, Valhalsia is still a thing that's being posted on the second channel. Episode 4 just released today. It's an extra derpy series with some extra derpy people, me, Layara, and Zloy. I think you guys will really enjoy it, so go check it out if you haven't. So originally, I was only going to make these things 32 blocks long, which is a pretty big farm on its own. However, I was talked into making it 48 blocks long, and I guess if you're gonna go big, you may as well go mega, so I don't really mind too much about it. And honestly, it just looks pretty amazing already, doesn't it? These things are actually growing up way faster than I thought. They've only been planted in for a couple of minutes. As you can see, some of these are already like 4 or 5 blocks tall. This thing is going to absolutely crank on the bamboo. It's going to be kind of amazing. Now, there are quite a few different things that we need to do for the actual system still. We need to install a ton of different minecart unloaders, which are going to go along this edge right here. We need to install the 2 different flying machines, 1 per farm, of course. Oh, by the way, these red and blue lines are part of a chunk border resource pack, and that is the same resource pack that we used in the previous episode. So good news and bad news. It turns out that I built the farm 2 blocks too big. This entire grass platform is supposed to be 14 wide, but it's actually 16 wide, and that means that the lower platform is also 2 blocks too big. It's 18 wide instead of 16 wide, which explains a lot of things, and that's what I get for building this on a live stream where things are very complicated and I am a terrible person at building anything. So we need to knock a block off of that, and then we can go ahead and actually launch this flying machine, because this thing is ready to go. It's got the return station on the other side, and as you can see, this bamboo forest is completely full of bamboo, as is the saying of bamboo forest. Anyway, flick that, and that should be able to go and do things, right? Do I need to do that? Plant the bamboo. It's too much. It's too much. Oh, right. Oh, God. These flying machines. We need to remove that, and then we need to put that right there. There we go. Now it's moving. As you can see, it's doing pretty good. It's flashing white because that is, you know, just what happens when you have a chunk border resource pack. However, it's looking pretty good. If we go down to the other end, we should see this thing also hit the return station and hopefully return if I built this correctly, which, given my track record, is pretty unlikely. Very nice. Is it going to hit the return station? No, it's going to just completely... How did I build that wrong? Oh, man. Okay, well, I clearly have a few things to fix. However... yeah, as you can see, this is just completely harvesting tons and tons of bamboo. I'm glad I didn't try and build these things closer together, because the redstone is about to canoodle if we do that. And as you can see, we have now gotten all of the actual minecarts in place. It is a lot of minecarts. And also, we are now going to get in the actual minecart unloaders as well. These things are very simple. However, they are rather expensive, and I have to make like 30 of them. As you can see, it's quite a few. This thing is actually very resource intensive. Not for the top part of the farm, just for item collection. My god, the item collection is terrible and very expensive, but I guess it makes up for it. It's like 700 plants. What can you expect, right? It's only going to be so cheap. Okay, so that took a little bit longer than expected. The placement of some of these things is extremely painful, but I managed to get it done. I suffered through it for your enjoyment, and now I believe we are ready to go for the first ever proper test run of this thing. So we have a button over here. We can press that to activate the flying machines. That'll activate this observer, which will launch all the hopper mine carts, which will then go ahead and, you know, collect all the bamboos. Of course, this thing isn't fully grown yet. However, it is pretty well grown. And of course, we're going to lose some off of these sides, but that'll be fine. I have plans and ideas for how to resolve that issue. So press the button, and that didn't activate the observer somehow, magically. That's fine. We have a button right there just for that purpose. As you can see, we can activate those, and then these guys are just going to keep on flying and flying by. Okay, so now it's on its way back, and we should see that actually properly activate the minecarts. Oh, I see the issue. The issue is that it only activates it for like half a tick, or 1 tick. It's not nearly enough to activate the minecarts. Okay, let's get a repeater right there. Okay, so that should fix it. We're just going to simulate them getting launched again. That should go ahead and collect all of the bamboo, or at least the vast majority of it. And then we'll see just how much we get from this. So I have a relatively clean inventory, I say as I throw out everything that isn't clean. And now if we go stand down here, we should see we get a whole lot of bamboo. Basically an entire inventory, not even from a full harvest. That is lovely. Look at this. That is so much bamboo. I don't know what we're going to do with all of this, but the farm isn't even done yet, and that's only one farm out of 2. So I'm going to need you guys' help for what we're going to do with all this bamboo. Please leave me comments in the comment section for what we're going to do with this sheer amount of bamboo. So I had some plans on how to fix the loss off to the sides. However, it doesn't seem like it's necessary because all of the loss is simply going to land on the tracks and then the hopper minecarts will pick it up. So that's not actually a big deal. My idea though was to put a little bit of a packed ice platform right here and then put water streams above that so that all of the, drops would get pushed back into the platform. But as you can see, that is clearly not necessary because the hopper minecarts will pick it up either way. If I did want to put something here, all I would need to do is simply put literally just like a floor, and then the hopper minecarts would still pick it up. But I don't think a floor is even necessary. We will basically just be leaving this thing as is. We're definitely going to surround this entire area with decor, probably some form of natural tree and terraformation areas, but that'll be a future project, likely done mostly off camera and live streams, just to make sure it's not like a totally hideous area. But this farm is actually completely done now. Of course, we need to build up the other one. That's going to take absolutely hours because this one has taken basically all day as is. And then the really fun part is going to be figuring out how in the world we're going to use all of this bamboo. It is literally so much bamboo. So I'm thinking like a 64 furnace array or like something utterly massive. We need like lots and lots and lots and lots of uses for this bamboo. Maybe just like lava dispensers, just like a whole line of lava dispensers. How about a 64 array of trash cans? I don't know. Leave me ideas again because we have so much of this crap. I knew it was going to be bad, but I didn't think it through. So I hope you have enjoyed today's episode of Truly Bedrock, yet another technical episode. Next episode we'll definitely be doing some more technical things as well, possibly some decoration around this area depending on how things go, and it should be pretty fun in general. Of course, leave me comments and suggestions for all the bamboo down in the comment section. I love hearing from you guys, so please leave some comments down below. And also, if you did enjoy today's episode, then make sure to leave a like on the video. It helps out the video and the channel significantly. Thank you again, once again, for 200,000 subscribers on the channel. That is utterly insane. I will see you all down in the comment section, and in the next one, have a good one. And then there was silence.